It's time now for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Central Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Sears Hometown Store, locally owned and operated right here in Mountain Home.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas, Southern Missouri. It is Friday, May 15th, 2020.
If you whoop whoop, I'm whooping you. Oh, gosh.
Sometimes
Hey,
he does
Bob,
it.
by the way, to answer your question before we went live, yes, we've got a live show this morning. I hated to wake you
Into
up
the
there,
countdown,
but-
Bob says, are we going live today?
Well, I just wondered, because it was after 7 when you did.
At 7:02 is when I kick in the intro.
Well, that's 7 o'clock in 2 seconds. He's very precise.
I am.
Good morning, everybody. It is pouring here at the station.
It is.
I mean, you can probably hear it in the microphones. We'll get
Not
thunder.
too bad.
Not too bad now. It's starting to ease off a little bit. We'll get the weather here in just a minute, but wow. That storm came up quick. I was listening to Bob Knight and Brad Hallworth on KTL this morning. He says, well, we could get these storms here within the hour or so. They were right. Boy, here it comes.
Here it
Let
comes.
me tell you. So, Anyway, good morning, everybody. It's Friday.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Now,
Whoop, whoop. Bob,
Come on. Excitement. Come on, let's.
what is there to be excited about?
It's Friday.
I think the rain.
And the
is
difference
what's-
does that make?
We got tomorrow and Sunday off.
Who does?
I do.
Well, okay.
And he does.
Okay.
You probably will now that it's raining.
Oh, I bet I'll have something to do. Have you ever met my wife?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I've seen the honeydew lists. They're quite long.
I'm sure I'll have something to do.
Doesn't any of that expire?
No.
It's like my dad.
It's
you
the
know,
never-ending story.
My dad retired a number of years back.
And went to
he
work,
was-
right?
He was complaining about how he's working harder now,
Oh, yeah.
retired, than when he was working. I said, the only difference is you went to work for Mom. That's
The only change is the paycheck amount.
There you go.
Well, look at Dan Hall. He's retired like 4 times. He's busy as he can be, right, Dan?
The trick is when you retire, you have to learn to say no.
There you go. Learn to say
Learn
no.
to
There
say
you
no.
How you spell that?
Yeah.
Down on the Corner is brought to you by your local hometown Sears store at 1029 Highway 62 East. They're up on the hill behind Wendy's. Stop by and visit your local store. You got an update for us?
I was over there yesterday for a little bit, and let me tell you, the Husqvarna lawn tractor seems to be the thing. I was there on Wednesday, they sold 3. I was there on Thursday for just a minute to pick something up, and they sold 2. Yesterday I was there, they sold 2 more. They are selling those things like there's no tomorrow.
Good.
Husqvarna lawn tractors. They have a special on them. I don't know what it is. There's a discounted price on them. JR's still doing a lot of those preventive maintenance plans. Washers, dryers, refrigerators, stoves, dishwasher, $175 a year. The lawn tractor, push mower, and zero turns, different prices, but they also can put a deal on them, a preventive maintenance plan. Something that he's also selling over there, and he is selling them as fast as he can get them in, is rototillers.
Oh, yeah.
He sells an Earthquake brand rototiller. They're built here in the United States, and they are pretty mean-looking machines. And apparently they're really
They
good.
do the job?
I'll be darned.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
really good.
I was there, and and I bring this up because it's something that you wouldn't think about at the Sears store. Exercise bike.
Really.
Yep, they had sold an exercise bike to this couple, and I was helping his son load it up. And I was like, huh, you wouldn't, things you don't think about at Sears, but yeah, they've got
There
it
you
all.
go.
They still have the Sears Craftsman tools,
Oh, yeah.
even though Lowe's also
Oh, yeah.
sells them. But the Sears Hometown store here in town sells them. The difference is when you buy it from the Sears Hometown store, you're also getting that lifetime warranty. Bring it in the exchange. You do it at Lowe's, send it in, and hope you get something back.
There you go. Check out your hometown Sears store at 1029 Highway 62 East, 425-3191.
Right here in Mountain Home.
You betcha. We want to invite folks from Howell County, Ozark County, Missouri. Come on down and visit Sears.
You bet.
And folks in Marion County, you're welcome here too. Come on over. Everybody's welcome to shop at Sears. You won't be disappointed with your hometown Sears store. Jared does a great job. And
Good
top-notch
good
folks.
people over there.
You betcha. Your hometown Sears store, it's, well, give them the location. You can do better than I can.
Okay, location is in the Orson's parking lot. Pull into Orson's, look to your right-hand side. It's Sears and Sherman-Williams Paint in the same building.
Yep.
Separated, of course. and they're 9 to 5. With
9
the
to 5.
Corona thing, they've cut it back. They're there 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday. They're taking an extra hour at the end of the day to clean everything and sanitize whatever. And on Sundays they're just not open on Sunday.
No, good. Yeah, it's okay to be closed on Sunday. I got no problem with that. Your local hometown
Businesses
store.
have survived for years and years, and nobody was open on Sunday.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
You know, maybe this will bring some of that back.
I hope. Sears Store, 1029 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home, 425-3191. Well, you can still hear the rain on the roof, can't you? Wow, thunder, lightning, everything right here at the studio. We're enjoying Brewed Awakening Coffee. You've got 2 locations open to the public right now. Of course, Baxter Regional Lobby is not open to the public, from what I've heard. I'll check that out.
I don't know. There was a thing on Facebook saying it was.
Oh, really?
So I don't
Well,
know.
stand corrected. I don't know. Have you heard, Bob?
I believe they are.
Yeah.
Because they have elective surgeries are back open, so I'm
Okay,
pretty sure
they
that
could
they are
be,
back
okay.
open in the lobby. But you probably ought to check that out with
Check
Mike.
that out with the hospital. But for now, Brewed Awakening, 2 locations for the public. Bomber Boulevard and, of course, 62 East Plaza by Anytime Fitness. The best coffee in town. Mike and his staff do a great job at all 3 locations. Been with us for many, many years, sponsoring the Down on the Corner program. Very appreciative of Mike and his staff. They got all kinds of coffees and coffee blends, from the mochas, the lattes, the frappuccinos, to good old black coffee like we serve here. You want to try some? Come on down to the studio sometime. We're at 1226 Commerce Drive.
You still classify what you serve here as coffee?
Shh, don't give away my secret. We put a little gunpowder in it, make it give it a little snap. If you're
a
coming
little
down
spark in
today,
your
you need a
life.
boat.
Is that what thickens it?
Gives it a little spark, Brewed Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. Mike and his staff do a great job at all 3 locations. We're very appreciative to Mike and his staff for being with us on Down on the Corner program for so many years. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes, 29 in the state to serve you, with 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. Here in Mountain Home, you talk to Brad, Bruce, Charlotte, Chris. Anyone out there can help you or lead you in the right direction. Bob had a client one time says, Dale needs to talk about pre-planning. Exactly right. And so your pre-planning issues with Roller Funeral Home, make the appointment here in Mountain Home, and they will guide you through. If it's an emergency situation or the passing of a loved one after a long illness, perhaps, whatever the situation, Roller Funeral Homes, very caring, loving, understanding. They'll get you through a very hard time. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect. It's not just a motto, it's how they do business each and every day. Pause now for our morning prayer. Heavenly Father, one thing that should not be forgotten during the insanity of the coronavirus situation is our veterans. No matter what we face as a nation, taking care of the men and women that fought for this country should always be a top priority. Lord, especially during these times of the virus, protect the health of the veterans. Some may already face health issues, and I pray you protect them from the virus. But let us always be grateful to our veterans for the tasks they have accomplished for America. Bless our veterans, Lord, is my prayer today. Amen. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bring morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes.
And now,
Brace
dun,
yourself.
dun, dun, the weather.
What was that high note there? Was that E flat?
E major.
There's something flat.
It's something.
It was majorly flat.
Major flat. I have to remember that. Look at my guitar book for that. Find a major flat.
Call Scooter.
There you go.
Morning weather
I
brought
can
you,
do
brought to you by the Z Team. Bob and Linda's a door for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. RetireToArkansas.net. And that's where we find the live shot of the White River with the
And
rain
the rain.
pouring down. Camera's located in Marion County, and of course the river separates Marion County from Baxter County, looking into Cotter, Arkansas, one of our fine communities here in Baxter County. The clearing there is a little baseball park, railroad museum, picnic area in the park just adjacent to the river. And the 62-412 bridge will be on the left-hand side of the screen as you see the river come through. You can go to RetireToArkansas.net, look at live webcam, and bring it up throughout the day. Little camera icon where you take a still picture of the live video, share it with your friends perhaps, and tell folks about the Twin Lakes area. In the meantime, they need some listings, so if you think about maybe need a little bit bigger house or maybe need to downsize a little bit, now's the time to call the Z Team and say we need to talk, and so they can guide you through all the parameters and give you the advice and just what's needed to move on.
The real estate market is definitely alive and well here.
Yes.
Last Monday's report was $5.5 million in real estate closed in that week for this MLS. And the MLS is a multiple listing service for this area. So, when you move $5.5 million in an area that's considered rural, you're moving some real estate. So Bob and Linda Zadora, they don't get the awards for just sitting still. They do it because they have outstanding customer service, and they're ready to serve you today. 405-0793, the Z Team. Whether you're in Arkansas or Missouri, the teams are ready to serve you. Reese is down around Calico Rock, and you got folks in Marion County. You've got them up in Missouri. So give them a call. If you need help in Gainesville or West Plains, call the Z Team, 870-405-0793, retiredtoarkansas.net. The award-winning Z Team bringing you the morning weather. Once again, we have lots of rain right now. 67 in Mountain Home, 60 at Harrison, 68 at Batesville, 63 at Salem, Calico Rock at 67, 64 at Flippin, 68 at Marshall, 63 at West Plains, 62 in St. Louis, 69 in Poplar Bluff, 60 though in Springfield. Freezing mark, sunshiny skies in Watford City, North Dakota at 32 degrees. Okay, never mind, ain't gonna go there.
I'd take the 32 if it came with some sun.
Yeah. We need the sun.
A little bit cold for me. This is okay for me. Lots of rain in the Midwest. Of course, we've got scattered showers all the way up into Montana and Idaho that won't affect us, the Dakotas and Nebraska. For right now, middle part of Kansas, we've got kind of a U-shaped pattern right here from the middle part of Kansas down into Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, back up into Illinois, Indianapolis, or Indiana, around the Indianapolis area, all the way back up into Michigan. And so you can see that pattern. I had it moving here for a minute. There we go. You can see it coming from the northwest to the southeast. So just about anybody from, it's going to sweep right across Arkansas. Let me zoom in on Arkansas while this is moving here so we can see what the pattern is. Come on, machine, move it. Here we go. I can get it.
It's going. It's got to load it. If you watch the marker across the bottom going across, that means it's
there it goes.
There now it's loading the frames.
There we go.
It's got to go through them all, and then it usually picks it up and goes.
Frame. There we go. We've got it just south of St. Louis all the way down into northwest Arkansas, and this is affecting a lot of highways in Missouri and northwest, north central Arkansas. People in the path of the storm, anybody from the state line east of us all the way down into the Conway area is going to be getting this rain eventually throughout the morning. So if you're in Jonesboro, Batesville, Mountain View, Melbourne, Salem, get ready, it's going to get wet. And so Highway 62, 412 is going to be affected along the northern part of the state. Not much going on in the southern part of the state. Most of the interstates are clear with the exception of I-49. In Missouri, I-44, I-70, I-55. In Illinois, I-64, I-70, 57, 24 down around Paducah, Kentucky. A lot of rain. And so it's what it is right now. We still have a little bit of thunder I can hear in the distance outside. So you can see it all the way up to Terre Haute, Indiana on I-70, all the way up to Lafayette, Indiana. A lot of rain right now, and the squall line just moves all the way down from the northern part of Illinois all the way down to around Fort Smith, Arkansas. So, no watches or warnings for Arkansas that I'm seeing right now. Let me see here. Yes, we do a little bit of a flash flood watch for northwest Arkansas, west of Harrison, towards the Fayetteville, Bentonville, Springdale area. So, comes without saying, I mean, with all this rain. Going to be raining today. 70% chance today, 60% tonight, 80% tomorrow, 80% Saturday night, Sunday a 50% chance. It all moves out Sunday afternoon, sunny on Monday.
Did you say 70% chance today? Did you say a 70% chance today?
Showing 70% here.
I think you can go ahead and mark that to 100.
Well, I won't.
Done.
Done. Moving on. Folks, it's going to rain today. All right, loading. I need to bring this back up because I noticed that Current River at Van Buren, I believe, was near flood stage. They've got it tagged a yellow. Current River at Van Buren is going to spike at 15.7 by tomorrow morning. That's going to be about. So Current River feeds into Black at Pocahontas, which feeds into the White River. So
they'll still be below the flood stage, which is good.
Well, right now it's near the flood stage now.
No, see the yellow, that's action stage. Flood stage is the tan above.
Yeah.
So it should remain below that.
Well, what I'm looking right here is it on the yellow. They got the yellow dot on their map says near flood stage.
Yeah, they
So
call
they
it
moved
an
it from
action
a green.
level.
So see right here, current river at Donovan is still a green dot, which means no flooding. But you come up here at Van Buren and they've got it near flood stage there. Let's check this one here. Jack's Fork, they're near flood stage there, so they're getting a lot of
They're
rain.
looking. They may hit.
They may hit it. Look at that.
Not that
Yeah.
one. The one
Yeah.
before.
That
one,
that's
the
at Alley.
second-
Ooh,
yeah.
that's at Alley too. Wow.
What's Calico showing?
Calico.
you
Should
got it
be,
there.
is that it? Oop. Sorry.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
It's not hit the White Rivers. Wonder what? Okay, right here. Let's
That's
go back
all right.
up here. Beaver Creek at Bradleyville. Look at that. It's spiking already.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, just be
Keep an eye
be
on it.
aware of some, especially all the rain in Missouri right now. Anyway. Checking iDrive Arkansas. It's going to load here in a minute. Here we go. No accident. Oh yes, we do have an accident. I-49. Mile marker 66.8. I-49 northbound lane left shoulder. And be aware of that. And checking Missouri, we have no watch. I'm surprised we don't have any flood watch boxes across state line other than right here. Missouri 95 close both lanes due to flooding right now. So check out Missouri Department of Transportation and iDrive Arkansas for before you travel. Allergy suffers today 3.3 grass, hickory, pecan, and mulberry. Other than that, we are in pretty good shape. So, Dan and Elesha are waiting to get on, and so we need to take that break. Morning weather is brought to you by the Z-Team. Bob Melinda's the door for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. retiredarkansas.net. I'm out of coffee. Got to take a break. Be right back.
At MSI, they're not just another trash service. They're your friendly, family-owned and operated trash service, providing residential, commercial, and roll-off pickup. MSI offers competitive rates and services 5 counties in the north central Arkansas area. Various dumpster sizes available for commercial and accommodating you with weekly pickup for your convenience. Call Tammy or Kathy today at MSI. MSI Trash Service, small enough to know you and large enough to service you.
It takes the right gear to survive out here. Oh, there she is, Ferris. It's the best gear around. Strong as an ox. Safe as houses. Out back, there's one powerful beast. Awesome. 4-wheel suspension. Handles whatever Mother Nature throws at you. Designed to take the hard out of hard work and deliver all the power you could need. So if you want to tackle the great outdoors, get yourself a Ferris.
Get the only mower with suspension technology at Mower Warehouse in Mountain Home, where they accept mower trade-ins, have flexible financing options, and services all brands and models. That's Mower Warehouse, located on Buzzard Roost in Mountain Home.
Hi, it's Bob Zadora, the Z-Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm. Be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call. 870-405-0793. And check out our website, retiredarkansas.net.
Did you know when you shop at Sears Hometown Stores, you are supporting your local community? That's right. Your local Sears Hometown Store is locally owned and operated by one of your neighbors. Their store offers the best of what Sears has to offer with the top brands and appliances, tools, and lawn and garden. They also offer great financing options that work no matter what you need. Remember to stop by your local Sears Hometown Store today and support a local member of your community.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
At Connor.
$7:21, Dan and Elesha here, and it's time to talk some veterans.
How we doing?
Good. A little soggy.
Well, it's nice to be almost back to getting out of the house and acting normal. I actually went out to dinner last night.
Wow.
Yeah, actually, at Colton's.
Really?
I went to Colton's yesterday too for lunch. It was good.
Of course, you have to wear your mask when you go in until your food comes, and you take it off to eat. Otherwise, you have to cut a hole in your mask to eat.
Okay, so the germs escape when the food arrives, right?
They leave.
But, you know, when I watch the governor's updates, I wonder because he walks into the room with his mask on, he's walking over here and the camera follows him, then he gets over here to the podium, takes off, so the germs are here but not here.
Well, you know, I get a little bit beside myself when I watch some of these briefings when you have this program and you have a task force of the most talented people in the world that are trying to deal with this, and the phenomenal success we've had with creating the personal protection and all the equipment needed. And when it comes down to question and answers, some moron in the media will have to ask the question of, why aren't you wearing a mask? You know, it's like, give me a break. Yeah, we've had, of course, you know, we've been doing this Veterans Suicide Prevention program for a couple of years. We had gotten to the point where we have a statewide task force that the governor has put together. We've had some progress there to try to take our local program that we've had some success with and make it statewide and for the population at large, not just concentrating on veterans. We were supposed to have a meeting to really formalize what we've done. I think it was the 2nd of April. Well, that got canceled because of this virus thing. We had a training program scheduled for the 9th of April. QPR, Train the Trainer. We had 35 people locally that were going to get certified, including school counselors and resource officers and law enforcement, veteran service organizations. We had to postpone that. So it's just been doing a lot of work by phone and by internet for the last 2 months, and hopefully we'll get back to normal here in the next month.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of now our county service offices for the whole month of April, they were closed, so half the month of March, the whole month of April, but they're now all back up and running in my district, to include Baxter County and Marion County, except it's appointment only, so they need to call and make an appointment prior to coming. And so the Baxter County phone number is 425-8155, and Marion County is 449-5401. But we've been able to, you know, even though, you know, with trying to look at the silver lining, that this took place in a time where we have technology, so we have still been able to file claims, get in touch with veterans, do everything that we typically would do in the office over the phone or by mail. So we've still been filing claims. They've gone down a little bit. Our phone calls haven't gone down. So we've still been able to keep in touch with the veterans.
Good.
And being able to keep them informed. And Dan, the DAV, the Disabled American Veterans, the Auxiliary, the American Legion here in Mountain Home, the VFW, all came together, and Mountain Home Cares, that program where once a week they feed people. This Friday, so today, they're feeding veterans and their families. So at 4 o'clock, veterans can go to the American Legion here in Mountain Home, and it's first come, first serve. They just drive through.
That's over on Market Street, isn't it?
On Market?
Yeah.
Yes, so behind where Jimmy John's
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
And so I think it's... Anyway, they'll be able to get a meal for them and their family, and we're also going to be delivering to Good Sam. I'm picking up the orders for Twin Lakes out in Flippin. So the different nursing homes that have veterans in them, we're going to be delivering meals to them, as well as those who are shut-ins.
Wow.
So
Good.
that's something that's going on today. So, I mean, even though we've got this craziness right now, just seeing how people come together to support each other and help those, I mean, I've really enjoyed seeing that, because, you know, we kind of got into everything's about me sometimes, and we've been able to see the community come together and focus outside the box. So I've enjoyed seeing that.
If you're a veteran or family of a veteran who maybe is not here but overseas or whatever, come by and pick up a meal. One of the biggest problems we've had, like so many of the veterans programs, we had a couple of the auxiliaries calling veterans off the membership list, and they were saying things like, well, I'm not really starving, give it to somebody that really needs it. Veterans, come out, join us, and pick up a meal this afternoon.
Yes, because the money's been donated, the meals have been donated, the food's there. We just need the people to come get it, and
Good.
We're not going to run out.
Which restaurant's doing the food this time? Do you know?
I know Mel's Diner is what's doing the takeout for the pickup and delivery.
Holy
but
Smokes is doing some
Holy
of it too.
Smokes. So it's a combination of different ones. I just know the ones that I'm doing is to take to the homes is Mel's Diner. But there's other ones as well.
I got a question for both of you. You know, I've basically just quit watching the news because it's all COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's all COVID-19. I mean, even when you get down to watching the weather, and I'm a big fan of Channel 3. I think they do a great job. But even the weather cast is...
This is an issue, Dale.
So how have the veterans been swept under the rug? Or are we still keeping...
COVID virus has sucked the oxygen out of government at all levels. Our statewide task force that we were working on, our countywide training program, Congress is not in session. I'm, in the last 2 weeks, been on email and telephone back and forth to Senator Bozeman's office in D.C. on some issues involving veterans that aren't getting the care they need because of this. So we're still working behind the scenes, but it's hard. You say, well, we have to change that law. Well, how are you going to do that if you can't get Congress to come to work? Mm-hmm. So everything is kind of shut down, and folks of us, like Elesha and myself and Charles and the veteran service officers that work for the different veterans organizations, we're still there, but everything's kind of from phone, from internet, behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of, so remember last year we were or even 2 years ago, we were talking about the Mission Act and how that was implemented, and it helped to approve health care locally, and veterans didn't have to travel to Little Rock. Well, in that package also was an upgrade to the infrastructure and IT part of the VA as far as technology goes. And so they've been working on that, trying to roll all of that out. And a part of it was the telehealth, where instead of coming into a facility, they can call you on your phone and do it that way, like through a video chat. Mm-hmm. So they really rolled this stuff out quickly now because we need it. And so just to let people know that there's the option, the VA clinic is still open. So they can still go to their appointment and see the doctor, but the restrictions are you have to have a mask to go into the facility, and it's only the veteran that can go in. So unless they have a caregiver who has to be there with them,
Right.
and I'm sure that's on a case-by-case basis.
Okay.
But then they also have the option to do the tele, where they will email them a link, and then prior to that appointment, and then they click on it, log in, and then they can talk to their doctor.
VA hospital's been on pretty much emergencies only. Our transportation system down there has been pretty much put on hold. We're running 2 days a week with almost no riders. I am very concerned about the medical facilities in general. You know, we went into this lockdown more or less to flatten the curve so we didn't overwhelm our medical facilities. Well, as it turns out, some of these hospitals, including ours, we don't have any problems here with it, so nobody overwhelmed it. But the hospital makes most of their income from non-emergencies, and so people with their cancer appointments and their routine surgeries, hip replacements, knee replacements, whatever, that's all been put on hold. They actually furloughed some nurses. This is kind of, the unintended consequences could be worse than the problem.
From a military standpoint, both are veterans. You've all been out overseas. The vulnerability of the United States focusing on this, are we dropping our guard in other areas?
I mean, but I don't know, because we don't know, that's the one thing about, we're only privy to the information that's released out in the media, and so, I mean, it's hard to make a determination just by what they say, but I would think if we're focusing on one thing, there could be other things too. But hopefully, with the strength of our military, that hopefully.
Okay, when President Kennedy was assassinated in 1963, I think you had DEFCON 1 through 5, and my dad was at a not an air base, but a aircraft manufacturing facility in St. Louis, where they went to a 3. It was just let's be cautious in case this is an internal uprising. Can there be something like this that we're not hearing about, where we're kind of extra cautious of a external attack during all this?
I think we're pretty cautious most of the time anymore.
After 9/11.
Yeah, it's.
I think
it makes you wonder.
And of course, I feel sorry for some of the people that are trying to be in business, and they're getting some resistance even from customers who are just fed up with this social distancing and what have you. And we complain about it, we joke about it, but we're blessed to be in Mountain Home, Arkansas.
Oh, yeah.
We might feel a little differently if we were in New York or someplace where they're losing, thousands of people.
And that's something that you mentioned that made me think of is, so the military mission still goes on. We still have people who are deployed, and actually those deployed individuals who maybe they've been over there for a year and it was been time for them to come back, they're still there. So they extended them out. So kind of keep that in mind, as we definitely still have people deployed all over the globe. We still have their family members back home that need to be taken care of, who are dealing with different stresses. So don't forget.
I was wondering, how's this? Yeah.
I mean, and that is something definitely right to keep in mind.
It's almost 7:34. Let's grab that break. Be right back.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
Driftwood Lanes. Fun happens here.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we have installed a convenient drive-through window for all your to-go and pickup orders. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and ask us about our daily specials for a low price to feed the whole family. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire Barbershop today, a unique gentleman's barbershop. Get back in style with 2 experienced licensed barbers who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and are happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 1041 Highland Circle, Suite 55 in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrubs stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands, including Carhartt, Vera Bradley, Urbane, and Grey's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Skechers, Nursemates, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractables, compression socks, paramedic VDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, and minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
$7:37, more with Dan Hall and Elesha Granniss. What do we need to pick up on, Elesha? You got some notes down there?
Well, I was going to talk, so I talked about the CBOC having those televisits, but also the Veterans Benefit Administration also pushed out their appeals hearing. So typically what happened would be if a veteran filed a claim with the VA and it was denied and they filed an appeal and it went to the federal level, then the veteran would drive down to Little Rock, I would meet him there, and then we would have a hearing to argue the case, and then the judge was calling in from Washington D.C. So here's that 3-hour drive one way, yada yada. So with all of this and with the Mission Act, they pushed out. They didn't do the testing as long as they wanted to, which is fine. They now have the appeals hearings. So the veteran, what I prefer to do is the veteran meets up at their county service office. So we have the county service officer there, we have myself, and then we have the veteran, and we have the hearing from the county service office. Now, instead of driving to Little Rock, we can do it directly from our office, local, saves that trip. Now, if there's circumstances where the veteran can't get out or can't do that, then there's ways. I could dial in on my phone and do the video, and they could dial in on their phone. We could still represent that way too, but this is kind of the way it's going to be going. So that's
we were going to use the video lab over at the college.
So they got rid of, they just got rid of all, they skipped. They passed go, collected 200, and they went right to on the veteran's phone that they can access their hearing without having to go to different places.
So they cut a lot of red tape?
Yeah. Yes, with this. So that kind of, I know, that's what I'm saying. At least there's a couple things that are happening that are good.
The problem with some of the things in government, when you cut some red tape, it gets at a knotted ball, Yeah.
Well, with this, it was something that was it was projected. I had signed up to be a test state anyway, so we were testing this. or about to test it, and so it had been tested in other states. So and because the tests all went well, they've been testing it for about 6 months. I think they were planning on doing it a year. They just went ahead and rolled it out with it. So we've had our first video hearings that way this week down in Little Rock at our main office, just to monitor it. The state was monitoring it to make sure there weren't any quirky things, and from the reports back from my boss Gina Chandler, it went really well, and so we're continuing that.
So now you can actually do that here in your districts.
We can do it here in our districts. My preference, so
what's your farthest west county?
My farthest west is Boone County, so Harrison.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm basically Harrison all the way over to Fulton County, so Salem. So down Ash Flat, Batesville, Heber Springs, and then back up.
Cleburne, Independence.
So
Searcy,
I have Stone,
Stone, and Hazardville,
Cleburne.
Yeah, okay,
So basically North Central Arkansas, those 9 counties at the top down to the yeah. So anyway, that's something that we have been looking forward to for years.
And to avoid that Little Rock drive.
And to avoid the Little Rock drive, and just to be able to be more comfortable in an office that they've been visiting the county service officer for the past, because if it's an appeal, they've been waiting for 4, 5, 6, 7 years. So they feel very comfortable. I know. Yeah. So they feel comfortable.
That goes back to 2013.
Yeah. And that was under the legacy appeal system. They're almost done with those legacy appeals. They probably have about another 6 months to a year left on those. And then the new system that we've been working, we've been seeing those decisions come out with on average about 1 year, 2 years. Which,
do you know, for a veteran that just doesn't feel good, has some health issues, and then you got to do that drive to Little Rock, this has got to be a blessing, right?
It is a blessing. I mean, and you know, things are changing for, you know, even Social Security disability, right? They have their hearings. My husband has, you know, he has an appeal with them for 2 years now, and he had his hearing with a judge over the phone. So, I mean, it's just, you just have to, things change, right? Flexibility is the key to air power, is what they used to say when I was in the Air Force. So you just got to kind of take the good with the bad, but try to make things work for you as best you can.
Well, locally, we've got this feeding the veterans at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock, we're going to have a meeting of our North Central Arkansas.
When's this meeting? Tomorrow?
Yeah, at the American Legion, and that's to discuss our upcoming events. You know, our Memorial Day ceremony has been pushed to the 4th of July because of the gathering situation. So we'll discuss some of the ramifications of that. Monday, we're going to have our first regular meeting of the Disabled American Veterans that for 2 months now. So we're allowed to have a meeting, and we meet at the Mountain Home Police Department in that community room there. That's at 2:30 on Monday. What else we have coming up here in the next month?
That's kind of it. I mean, everything, like you said, things are on hold. We were supposed to have a benefits fair. That's kind of up in the air right now. So as far as what's going on within the next month or two, it's only time will tell. So we'll still plan on having, you know, so every month they have the retired veterans dinner. That's been canceled for this month, just because of, even though the restaurants are opened up, there's still restrictions on how many people can be in a restaurant, how many people can be, and so
in a group
and things like that. So that maybe by next month that will be change. Our women veterans lunch that we meet once a month, we're not going to be meeting this month as well, just because of all of those changes. But hopefully, maybe next month when we come back, we'll be able to have, you know, some more information about things that have changed, and we can get back to normal. But yeah.
Well, it seems like everybody says, well, that's up in the air. The air's getting cluttered with everything
I know,
up in the air.
The air is cluttered. Well, you know, it sure is.
We're involved with the ROTC program, too, with Coach Zorman, Disabled American Veterans.
I've not seen Coach. How's he doing?
I saw him 2 weeks ago last week. I dropped off a plaque. We give an award to the ROTC Cadet of the Year from Disabled American Veterans.
And who was that cadet? You remember?
Yeah, but I'm not sure he knows yet.
Ooh, we better hold on.
Yeah. Anyway, we usually gave that at their ROTC ball, which was going to be in April, which got postponed, and so I just dropped the plaque off to Coach Storman last week. If they have their graduation in July, like they're talking about, anyway, the plaque will get to the young man.
Excellent.
Yeah, today was supposed to be the high school graduation. Yeah, because I have a son he graduates today.
Wow.
So I guess they're going to drive through at Flippin next week and drop off their Chromebooks, and they're going to give them their cap and gown to maybe wear in a month or two.
Well, we're also working on our third year, about to submit for the extended grant for the suicide prevention program. We're still going to try to do our outreach picnic the 3rd of October. It's going to be over at ASU again.
Boy, that thing's grown.
Oh, yeah.
You outgrew Hickory Park.
Oh, sure did. Last year, when we decided we needed to move, I talked to Chancellor Robin Myers and said, we need some help. He said, hey, we'll do whatever you need. And you saw what the results of that was.
How many people showed up?
It was over 600.
I started to say, I heard 650.
Wow.
And part of the thing is that
first Saturday in October, by the way.
A lot of veterans, suicide problem, what have you. I think 76% is the number of veterans who commit suicide are not even in the VA system. And what we had right after that big thing at ASU was we had 17 veterans that we got signed up into the healthcare system at the CBOC. That's a pretty good sized number for one event. So, and that's pretty much what the priorities of Secretary Nate Todd has been, to bring veterans into the system. That's the starting point. So.
And another thing too I wanted to mention is of course we're talking about the COVID and so it has to do with breathing and respiratory issues. Are those veterans who served in the Middle East from the 90s up to current day? There was a lot of, with the dust and the burn pits, especially in Afghanistan and Iraq, those veterans are more susceptible. So to talk about, there's what's called the burn pit registry, where the VA tracks. First the veteran has to register in, and they ask all this information on what are all the diagnoses that you have, where were you stationed, what date, what time, what location, so they can pinpoint that. And what they do is they study to see, okay, we have a cluster of people who are reporting having a higher diagnosis rate of XYZ, and they were here at this time when we burned all of this stuff. So that's something, as far as a veteran who served, who was around the burn pits, they can just Google VA burn pit registry, and it'll take them right to the public health site on va.gov. We really right now are really pushing that for those veterans to go ahead and fill out that registry to get that information out there.
What did they burn in the burn pits?
Everything from
human waste to chemicals.
From human waste to your uniforms that you sprayed with DEET and whatever. Because there's you're out in the middle of the desert. You don't have
no way to dispose of it.
You don't have the sanitation people coming and so they just burned it, and whatever's out there, all the trash, so much out. They're breathing it in, and it's causing different things, but it's kind of just like Vietnam. It takes years to determine the studies of what that caused, and different burn pits had different things burned, so it's not going to be.
So you could have had a plastic of polyvinyl chloride.
Oh gosh!
Oh yeah, you could have I mean, everything that was
PVC stuff,
and we weren't protected from that, so you didn't wear masks. You just threw it in there, and then maybe they had a little bit of, but it was just more of, hey, we just got to burn this stuff, especially at the very beginning of the war.
Really? Was that in Kuwait?
It was in Kuwait. You had the oil fields burning. I mean, remember that and seeing that? Yeah. So think about, there's different burn.
So you had that exhaust.
So you had that. You had in Iraq and Afghanistan, the burn pits, specifically Iraq, but Afghanistan had it too.
There's a total different chemical compound in that afterburn.
Right. Yeah. And like you said, what was burned, and you can't really everything. and what is everything. You know what I'm saying?
And they actually have the list. They know most of the different
Yeah.
chemical compounds that were involved and how dangerous they are. They're not,
Does the military issue MSDS sheets, the breakdown of like perhaps a chemical?
I mean, we had that, I worked in the hospital, and you had your MSDS, and you had to check off your things, but I mean,
You're not going to have that on the tires.
when you're deployed, I mean, they sure, anyway.
When I was trained to check air quality, we had what was called a Draeger tube. And you break the little tip off, put it in there, and it would read your air quality of certain chemicals, Anyway, we got to take a break. It's 7:50, more with Dan and Elesha right after this.
Hi, I'm Benny with Ammo Dump.
At Ammo Dump, they carry new and used firearms, large supply of shotguns, rifles, and handguns. Ammo Dump will buy, sell, or trade in your item and can special order whatever you like. They also have knives, scopes, ammo of any caliber, and provide gun cleaning and restoration. Call them today for the best competitive pricing around.
If I don't have it or can't get it because I don't make it, come and see us.
That's Ammo Dump, located next to Woodman's Package in Norfolk.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good. At MSI, they're not just another trash service. They're your friendly, family-owned and operated trash service, providing residential, commercial, and roll-off pickup. MSI offers competitive rates and services 5 counties in the north central Arkansas area. Various dumpster sizes available for commercial and accommodating you with weekly pickup for your convenience. Call Tammy or Kathy today at MSI. MSI Trash Service, small enough to know you and large enough to service you.
And we're back. We can't come back yet because I got to show. See those little marks right there by the 6 and the 12?
Yeah.
That was a special Conelrad station. This is on a car radio in the 50s and 60s. In the event of a national emergency, those channels on AM radio were activated.
Oh, wow.
What's
Is that now what they do on the radio?
Well,
and
for a
then
while we had the emergency broadcast system. That's the emergency alert. But yeah, on the old, throw that up on the screen there, if we can, Scooter. This is an old AM car radio. This is probably a tube set. And even your house radios, right here is a little, looks like a little arrow. I don't know if I can increase that or not. But you've got those little marks on AM radio. That was your Conelrad, in case of, that was civil defense.
Wow, yeah.
So we need to go to the Advil site?
Yes, if we could go there, because this is where we keep...
You want to swap chairs?
Yeah, we can do that real quick.
Swap. Don't you love live television?
So this is the veterans.arkansas.gov, and Arkansas is spelled out, is our main website. So, for instance, if a veteran had a question about who their service officer was, they could type in their zip code. So we're going to just use here Baxter County, 72653, and click Find Advocate. And it's going to pull up County Service Officer Charlie Leonard, his email address, his location, his hours, gives my bios on there as well. Or we could go back to the main screen, and then there's a drop down, so we could click, whichever county that you live in that way. So let's say Little River, and find advocate. It's going to pull up that service officer, and then Eric, that's in his district. It's going to give his bio. So anyway, that's just information about how to find out who your service officer is, because I know a lot of times we say contact your county service officer, and I'm sure people out there are like, well, who is my service officer? So we have also, if you scroll down, we have what's called we have here, so like for instance the VSO network, that's the Veteran Service Office Network, that's what I'm under. That's the branch of our department that I fall under.
So what's it mean, counties with accredited CVSO?
So what that means is not only have they been certified, trained and certified, which means they took a test with their district service officer and the Arkansas Department of Veteran Affairs, but they went ahead and also took, it's a 16 module test that takes about, I did it, and I had been doing this job for 4 years, and it took me 8 hours of just going through it. So it's to take the test, to do the training and take the test. So it's more of
there's
like a 40-hour
line of counties north to south. Looks like what's that? Independence right there.
Right. That so certify you with VFW and American Legion.
American Legion. So this gives them the accreditation to represent veterans through the Arkansas Department of Veteran Affairs, the VFW, the American Legion, with the VA, so they can act as their representative. And so this is my district here. So we've got Boone, Marion, Baxter, Fulton, Izard, Sharp, Independent, Stone, and Cleburne. So all of my counties are certified and accredited. And a huge shout out to my guy over in Boone County, because I started training him the middle of March, and within 3 weeks he was certified and accredited.
Great, good.
So so
it's Newton County that's still in the red right there?
Right, and they have their service officer there. He works 1 day a week. So the ones that you'll see, not all counties have a full-time service officer. It's based off of the county and what their budget is. So that may be why those individuals aren't.
Those individuals actually work for the county judge, but part of their part of their salary is reimbursed from ADVA. Is that correct?
Right. Yeah, there's a grant through the. And then this is my boss, Gina Chandler. She's an Air Force veteran.
I bet you all get along really good.
Yeah, she's awesome. Yep. And so again, back on our, and we are still, so when you log on our site, this is going to continue to pop up. It's talking about the Vietnam War commemoration ceremony, because we're every year in May we do a commemoration, but because of COVID, this is on hold. But they're still getting the RSVPs from it. So the more, because they're still getting people who say, yes, I served. And so once those, once the restrictions are lifted, we are going to have those ceremonies welcoming those veterans back home. So there's more information as far as the COVID-19 if people have questions. Our director, Nate Todd, who works directly for the governor, he does briefings. So when you're seeing the governor on there and public health giving the briefings, sometimes you'll see Colonel Todd on there as well.
Final minute.
So anyway, for information, go to our website, contact your county service officer. There's plenty of ways to get that information.
Wow.
And actually, Saturday is Vietnam Veterans of America anniversary of the chartering of that organization to represent veterans. So.
Wow. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So.
Appreciate our veterans. Thank you, veterans.
Thank you. And go to the American Legion 4 o'clock today. Get some food.
4 o'clock today, American Legion, over on
Here at
Market
Mountain
Street.
Home.
Okay.
Yes.
Scooter, you got anything over there? I'm just listening to it rain here. I mean, it's been raining ever since we got in the building this morning by 6:30.
It would have been a good day to sleep in.
Oh, I was thinking about you coming in all the way across 2 counties this morning.
Wipers
couldn't keep up.
It was.
Anyway, everybody, y'all have a great
Bye.
weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend.